Good afternoon. It's time for another episode of Would You Eat It? Now, a week or so ago, I did a little episode on Dave's Hot Chicken that I had never had before. And for that particular one, I did an episode of mashups. And I actually took hot chicken tenders and put them on a Jersey Mike's vegetable sub and made a hot chicken sandwich out of it. It was really good, but I really didn't get the true Dave's hot chicken experience. And then also when I was looking at the food, they've got the slice of bread and the pickles and things, and I'm like, it just didn't make any sense to me. But now I've done a little research on the internet, watched a few videos, and now it all is coming together. Plus, I really wanted to try, and actually the focus of this episode is, would you eat the Reaper hot chicken? So I got myself a 2-tender meal, 1 medium tender, and 1 Reaper tender, and we're going to see what happens. So let's dig into this. Now, one thing that's interesting is I've read online that there are places that make you sign a disclaimer because they claim that the Reaper is so hot that it can cause injury. I've got no disclaimer. I didn't have to sign a disclaimer. So one of two things. It's hype, or people up here in New York have tougher stomachs than the rest of the country, which I'm thinking is probably more of the case than the fact that it's just hype. There are lots of places where there's probably some crying tea whiners that, I almost died. Anyways, so here's our 2-tender meal. Now what they did, and actually I do appreciate this, is they boxed the Reaper tenders separately from everything else. So there's my medium, and I opted to get coleslaw instead of fries, because I do actually like their coleslaw. But what I was reading online was the trick here is the honey packets. And you have to ask for the honey packets because they won't just give them to you. Apparently there's some new law that says that if they put a bunch of stuff in the bag that you didn't ask for, they can be fined. So you have to ask for the honey. So I didn't do the honey the first time around. But what I'm told is the honey is the kicker. So now remember, this is the medium tender. I'm just going to try this because I haven't actually had the tender experience in its glory. So put the honey on there. And then of course they say, yeah, you got to have the Dave sauce. So this time we're going to put the Dave sauce right on the tender like that. And of course, we'll pile up the pickles. And there you have, from my understanding, here's the way to eat the Dave's hot chicken. On the bread, honey, Dave sauce, and the pickles. Definitely a mess, but that is really tasty. The honey does add a whole new level to it. So that's definitely the trick, is to have the honey. Now I could have probably also put some of the coleslaw on it, but I didn't. I do like their coleslaw. Nice and crunchy, and it's got a good flavor. All right, so we're going to just set this out of the side for a second. And then we're going to take a look at this Reaper. Now again, what they did is they put this in its own box separately. So, now I'm not too sure about putting honey on the Reaper. It might, I don't know, because here's the problem. This dry sauce that's caught inside of honey going down your throat might actually be an issue. Now, I don't know how hot this is. I've had lots of hot food. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little scratching. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Oh yeah, that's really hot. One thing I've learned from hot food is you got to have something. You got to have some. You got to have a vanilla shake. So I stopped and got a couple of Stewart's vanilla shakes just in case. Now, that little taste of spice was just on my tongue. And my mouth is burning. So I'm a little concerned here. I'm not too sure what to do now. I've got an idea. I did get a vanilla shake. And I've seen this trick too. I'm definitely not putting the honey on the hot chicken. I don't think that's a good idea. But I am going to do this. I'm going to put a little, because I've seen people actually dip the chicken in the vanilla shake. All right, so we're gonna go real easy here because that's hot. There is no doubt that the Reaper is a hardcore hot chicken. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not. Definitely need the milkshake to cool this down a little bit. I'm going to go right in. Yeah, just like that. The good thing is the heat is not following it down the esophagus. But it is in the mouth, big time. And the mouth is really starting to heat up. So I'm going to say, I can't do the Reaper chicken. That is just way too hot. I like hot food, but that's just a bit much. So I'm going to call it at this. I'm going to find some way to use the hot chicken, but I just can't finish that. So let me know, what do you think? Have you ever tried the Reaper chicken at Dave's Hot Chicken, or not going to do it? Anyways, until next time, don't eat anything too hot because you might not like it.